It is the Transformers masterpiece MP-38 Convoy, otherwise known as Optimus Primal Legendary Leader version. Yes, I have this. However, this is a counterfeit. I got it through AliExpress, and I do have to say, I'm pretty happy with getting masterpieces for cheap as long as the quality is there. And that's what we're here for. See if the quality is good. Because that's just Prime. Moo. We're gonna die. So I'm gonna go through this bit by bit, see if this is good quality, something you might want to get for your collection. Yes, I want to have all the Maximals in my grasp. And just see if it's a fun, cool toy. All right, be right back. So let's pop this guy out of his packaging. As you can see, it is a nice package. And it shows him with an interesting mask, which is his mutant head mask, which I could have done without, but it's there, so. Now, apparently there were several versions of this toy. I watched a video on another channel where he had like 4 faces. It had like one of him with the mouth talking, one with him looking grim, one battle mask, and then the mutant face. This one apparently does not have the talking one or the grim one. I don't know, it has one with a mouth, one with a battle mask, and it does have the mutant face. But let's get this out of the plastic prison. It comes, of course, with instructions and a nice card. And again, there are ways, I think the way that the cardboard is one indication of this being a counterfeit, but I don't know. It looks pretty legit to me, but I'm told by the price and the vendor that this is actually a counterfeit. So I'm popping him open. He is packaged in his beast mode as an ape. Now I did already open him up because there've been a few masterpieces that I've opened up to make sure I knew how to transform them and they were okay, and they weren't. And I'm gonna do a video on those, so you will be aware of what not to buy. But he comes with the ape boat, he comes with the 2 swords, he comes with the 2 swords joined into a staff, which is kind of cool. Kind of reminds me of Rise of the Beast, or is it the other way around? He has this piece which like goes on his back for like weapon storage. He's got this friggin' thing. The mace, just like comes with the original Beast Wars toy, with a big long chain, but a big long handle too. So that is interesting. And as I mentioned, he comes with alternate faces. He comes with the battle mask, a angry ape face too, on the mutant face. And we'll take a look at those. But let's check this guy out. And yes, I know the actual toy has been reviewed on other channels. 1, I don't care. I'm reviewing what I want to review. And 2, this is a knockoff counterfeit reissue, so we need to check the quality. If you're going to spend less money, then you need to know that it's worth it. All right, so looking at him, he definitely from the front looks very much like Optimus Primal, and I just popped his shoulder off. Now that seemed to happen when I was messing around with it, and it looks like I could probably glue it in place, but it's got a post in there. I don't necessarily want to mess around with glue unless I'm sure it's not going to interfere with the actual articulation of the toy itself. So I'll just slide that back on the post. But be warned, flying shoulders, quite possible to have there. But looking at him, he's got ape feet, which can kind of swivel a little bit out and in a little bit, so you can spread his legs and have him in a nice stance. In ape mode, he can not really kick that well, and he can't do that good of a split, but he's got short, stubby legs. You can also lean him forward though, and his other, no, the same shoulder went. That it is an annoyance. I'm gonna have to look into how to very carefully glue that into place. That is the only thing I've found so far. I mean, it's still worth it to me for the price. I don't know if the normal Optimus Primal Legendary Hero version, Leader version, sorry, is susceptible to this. Please let me know in the comments if you happen to know. But there you go, Grape Ape. Well, you can put him in a more apish pose. His head actually tilts up, so he could be looking around. One of the problems with the original, which has great playability and a bunch of gimmicks, but his head really didn't move, so when you lean him forward, he was kind of looking down. He's still kind of looking down here, but you can maneuver it. Ah, his head came off! No, his face comes off. He lacks the gimmick for pounding on its chest. Now, the only real thing that takes away is in the back where you can kind of see the white of his robot legs and the robot feet and all that stuff. But he's still a damn good ape. And I'm gonna pull his face off because we can put the other one on where he looks angry. I'm gonna come after you. Megatron! I'm coming for you! Bring it, Primal. I will destroy you. Yes. So yes, 2 different faces for the monkey. I know it's an ape, not a monkey. Haven't you always wanted a monkey? Because if I had $1 million, if I had $1 million, I'd buy you an ape. I'd buy you an ape. All right, I don't want to get sued by a bunch of bare naked ladies who aren't even ladies. But yeah, so there is the beast mode, which great arm articulation. The head can turn from side to side, which is something the original can't do. You can look up, look down, look all around. You can even pop his head off, which you're not supposed to do. But there he is looking up. Now, he does have articulation in the fingers. The last 3 are joined and are grouped together. The forefinger moves, and it's the same hands in robot mode, so same articulation there. But he can be performing Shakespeare. What soft, what light through yonder window breaks, it is the east. And Juliet, okay, we're not gonna get into that, but Shakespeare, quite the writer. Alas, poor rat trap, I knew him well. So cool looking ape, but let's check out the robot mode. Oh, and by the way, he stands almost 7 inches, about 6 3/4 inches tall in his great ape mode. All right, and there he is in his robot mode, and as you can see, his eyes glow. Might be hard to see in this light. There we go. Might have to take pictures of that shit, but he is a very good representation, looks very show accurate to me. Let's go through this guy, and then we're gonna go through all these accessories because he's got lots of gimmicks. But let's give a spin on the turntable of doom. You can take a look at him in all his Beast Wars glory as he is maximized. But let's check out some posability. First of all, the test I always do. Full Jean-Claude Van Damme, yes. Yes. Ankle swivels. He does have those, so you can put him in a nice dynamic wide pose. He can kick forward, kick back, not super high, but he can kick back. Kick to the side, bend at the knee. Now he's got some swiveling, not all the way around. So he can swivel out like that, and he can swivel in like that. So not a heck of a lot inwards. But outwards, pretty good. Not going to complain too much about it. Can he twist at the waist? Yes, he can all the way around. It's part of the transformation, but that adds to it. His arms can go all the way around, go off to the side, bend at the elbow. He's got swiveling that goes all the way around. Because of the nature of these shoulders, you can actually push them forward a little bit. I don't know why you would want to do that, but you can. It's an option. His fists, his fingers are articulated, his hands can turn. He does have like wrist articulation. So that's very nice, very nice. His arms can't go too high up, you know, other than, I mean, you can push him up like that, but you can't like, woohoo, because of these shoulder guards, but I'm not that worried about that. His head can turn all the way around, and again, his eyes light up. I like it. I really like it. He's got this, the cool chest piece just like on the show. Now, with the transformation, what was interesting is it's not one of those horrendously complex masterpiece transformations, but there were some subtle things like the knees. You have to move the knees in order to extend the legs, so that is kind of cool. But he has got gimmicks galore, other than, you know, light up eyes. For one, he's got these over-the-shoulder cannons just like in the show, so he can blast the crap out of whoever he needs to. He also, on his back, you can flip around, here it is, the lower portion of the back piece so that he has little jets. So he can fly, just like on the show. I like it. So he's got jets, he's got shoulder cannons. I mean, the backpack is a little loose, it moves around a bit, but I'm not going to complain about that. Overall, this is an amazing, amazing guy. Weapons-wise, I mean, you can put the dual blade into his hand. He's got a little slot, so you can secure it into his hand, if I can line it up. And so he can use the double sword. He also has the flail, which you can put in his hand, and he can flail around. So well armed there. But wait, there's more. Again, just like in the show, he has the 2 individual swords, so he can fight with those. Now, this weird-looking piece, apparently you can pop it on his back. I don't know. It doesn't seem that tight, but that's what you're supposed to do with it, apparently. And you can use it for weapon storage. I probably would not, but you can like pop the double swords on here, and that kind of gives him wings when he's flying. You can also take the flail and pop that on just for weapon storage. I probably wouldn't use it, but it's there. So, awesome figure, all kinds of accessories. You spin him too fast, he will fall over. That's called centrifugal force. However, there's more. Because one thing that he used in the show, the arm cannons. Now, to get them out, it's It's a little interesting because there's a slot right here. You got to kind of push it. And this is where the tip of the sword can actually help a little bit in pushing it. And then you can get the rest of it out manually. But it opens up the covers, and then you kind of got to get in there and extend, don't extend them too far, extend the guns manually, but he's got arm cannons. Just like in the show. Let me get the other one out. His arms swivel as well. I don't know if I mentioned that. I don't think I did. But in addition to bending at the elbow, you can swivel over the elbow. So you can actually put him in this nice, I'm blasting you, Megatron style of pose. So he's got arm cannons too. I mean, this guy's got a ton. And the transformation, again, not that complex. And because of some of the things you do with the legs, it actually makes him look more like a robot and not just an ape who's got extended a little bit. Again, I'm not dissing the original toy because that original toy is awesome. But this guy, very cool. I really like, I've liked Optimus Primal and the voice actor, who's really cool, who I have had the pleasure to meet and interview a few times. Gary is an awesome guy, and I loved him in Stargate when he was Russian. But yeah, Optimus Primal Masterpiece Edition. I do these so that you can see if getting the counterfeit is worth it for you. And honestly, I think this counterfeit, the quality is there. Oh, I didn't show his alternate faces. So the mutant face, you turn around his head and then you push down his horns and you kind of push it onto the back. So that is his mutant face. I am not all that thrilled with it. But what's interesting is the eyes also light up, but it only lights up in the front. It doesn't light up the face that's on the back. It only lights up in the front. So when you turn the head around, the eyes glow out of the back of his head and into his mutant mask. I'm not a huge fan of the mutant faces, so I probably would not use that. Now, right around his little visor, and you need to kind of have fingernails, or you can peel his face away. Ah, took my face! Just like in Face Off. Yeah. And you can put the other face on, which is the battle mask, with him not having a mouth, so he can't eat anymore. I didn't want to leave that out. Almost did, but I didn't. Of course, you got the nice card, you got the instructions, which are not horrible. They're actually mostly understandable. The only thing I was concerned about was pushing in the monkey chest, which is kind of pushed into behind this plate. And I was concerned, I didn't want to push it too hard, but put a little more force and it went in fine. But yeah, I would say the quality on this is pretty darn great. I will put a link to it in the description, and it shouldn't cost you more than $3,000. It definitely won't cost you $3,000. It will cost you, hopefully what it cost me. When I bought it, it was $38.51. There was $6.59 shipping. I got 35 cents off, and tax was $2.99. So it cost me like $47.74, not bad. Now, when you go to the listing, there's a whole bunch of masterpieces, so you have to find this guy on the list, which they have a lot of great masterpieces. Now, I am going to suggest that you stay away from the masterpieces that are based on Sideswipe. And I will explain in another video, but there are reasons. So interestingly, I have to do a search to find it currently. Now oddly, it's not currently listed on AliExpress, so weird. And I'm seeing them on eBay, $99, $56, $80. These are with free shipping. $110 with $5 shipping. So I will put a link in the description so you can check out these masterpieces and you can choose the best price for yourself. But quality-wise, I definitely think it's very cool. And I'm gonna put his guns away. He is not gonna be fighting right now. He's gonna be having fun. Well, maybe he'll be having fun fighting, but he's definitely a very fun toy. I hope you're having fun watching these videos. And if you enjoy my content, by all means, subscribe. If you don't, then don't. But hope if you've gotten this far, you do. And while you are mulling over whether you want to hunt down one of these knockoff Optimus Primals in all their glory, who is susceptible to centrifugal force, so you should turn him slowly on a turntable, you can check out this video over here, which is actually my 5 favorite Beast Wars Maximals. You might catch a glimpse of the original toy in there. Some others, I think. We're all gonna die. And we will see you next time. As always, have fun and good hunting.